Hey, good evening, brothers and sisters. Welcome to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott, back again for some conversations, discussions. I did just pin the link for those who may want to participate. Tonight's inspirations are about powerful peace, the concept of powerful peace. Hey, and yes, greetings to those who've already checked in. Just Jane, Capricorny, 6079, Smith W, Christos, and I just saw, Quantum Epic, Watt Life, and I just saw Brother El Perro. Whoops. Queen of Swords. Where'd that comment go? There it was. Teach Not Han, man. He is Buddhist monk, I think Vietnamese man. Brilliant, loving philosopher. And that's whose words I used for the thumbnail today. Walk as if you're kissing the earth with your feet. I learned of Teach Not Han, excuse me. I learned of him and his work, his philosophy at just the right time for me and my development. And it was as I was practicing mindfulness. And that practice of, walk as though your feet are kissing this earth that provides us so much. And that's kind of where this talk was going to go, the powerful peace that's available, the peace of knowing. And the power that comes from peace. And one of the most powerful forces I've found for myself, a transformational force that's readily available for all of us, it's called gratitude. Gratitude, for those who might not have heard. Gratitude is where it's found in the things we call good. And so the good is usually found beyond what we don't like. So if you can find the good, you can find the gratitude. If you can fill yourself with gratitude, well, with memories of gratitude and comfort, that's where we feel secure, feel whole. And with feelings of wholeness and security, well, that's confidence, man. And with confidence, you can stand strong in the face of fear and show your courage. And it just comes down to philosophies of the mind. Hey, Brother Wizard, welcome. Welcome aboard. Holy, hey, that is a good look. Looks like you're on the back deck or something outside.
Yep. Got to get some fresh air. I went down to do some fishing earlier, and you were just talking about mindedness. And I'll be damned if I didn't double check everything. Yep, we're ready to go. I got all the way down there. Forgot the fishing reel. Can't do any fishing without the reel, guys.
Well, you got some fresh air, maybe a little drive.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, good for you. This idea of peace. You're out there in where I was going to take kind of some of the conversation. Peace, man, connecting back to nature, taking that time just to reflect and receive God's beauty. Right out there, you do lake or river?
Yep.
What type of boat?
Both. Yeah, we've got little local lakes and the river that runs right through town, so I can do both.
Beautiful. And I think I missed it, but I saw some comments about big catfish. Is that what you were getting?
Yep. Last couple days, yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, we had some rain up north. We didn't get any much. We got light sprinkles, but it wasn't enough to make the rivers levels go up or anything. But they got a lot of rain up north, so that made the rivers go up. So it's kind of rough tonight anyway, but that's good catfishing water, warming it all up, getting them woke up in the first early spring, and we're ready to go now.
I love you, man. The more I'm seeing you, you're like this mountain man, aren't you?
I am. I'm an outdoorsman.
Yeah.
I was born on the mighty Mississippi, and I tell people, you can take me out of the mighty Mississippi, but you can't take that mud of the Mississippi out of me.
That's making more sense, man. The world's not made for you. I can see that.
No, it wasn't ready for me when I came out.
Well, you know what, brother? That's kind of, I don't know. You and I, we've got similarities and differences, but that's where I'm at now, too, man. This world.
Well, that's why I asked you one night, what is it in life that you like to do? Because I see you concentrating on all these responsibilities, but I don't ever see you doing anything that you enjoy.
To be honest, I've kind of found ways to have fun doing whatever I do, whether it's work. But what I
too, but you know
what I do in
you still have to have a basic concept of getting out in the nature where that spirit is. That's what I'm talking about.
You know,
that's why they call it the forest.
Yeah. At this time for fun, I don't know, it's been kind of low priority, to be honest, but I do find enjoyment from learning. I mean, I'm kind of a nerd, to be honest. If I want to unwind, for me, I love to put on a lecture. You know, some philosopher or some documentary. So I love learning. And since I've been practicing massage, I spend a lot of time in massage and meditation. And while I don't really make many efforts to go out to nature anymore, that's one of the things I'll do with others. I mean, I'm not denying it or putting it off. When I feel like getting out, I get out. But there's so many, I found so many cool places. This is where, you know, I don't know what I should do. I don't know what the right answer is, but I started going out as I had some free time, and I discovered so many cool, friggin' amazing places, natural and man-made, here around Spokane, where I'm at. Things stuff that's always been there, but I was always so focused on my job and the problems and all this other bullshit, I never noticed what was around me. So I started actually venturing out, trying to find my path and what I could learn. Anyway, there's so many cool places that I've discovered, and I've done so many cool fucking things and seen so many cool things on my own. And so, to be honest, one thing I want, I've mostly traveling, exploring, hiking, that sort of thing.
Things you don't see in the office, right?
Right. But my number one goal is honestly to build relationships, fellowship. Fellowship is what I desire. But hey, you know, the thoughts, the facts are there in my life. I've been rejected in my hometown. And so here I am trying to find community. And
sometimes this is the best.
I've heard there is. Go ahead, Wizard.
Go ahead. All right.
I've
Sometimes
heard
this is
there's
the
a
best
lot of
place.
community to be found in different social justice movements and whatnot. Um, like for instance, they did that whole Black Lives Matters thing here in the metro, and I know that's big out there in Washington. Did you get involved in any of that over the time? I mean, that's kind of chaotic, and just curious.
Yeah, I've mentioned some of this before. When I didn't have a
I missed it.
job
I'm
or a
sorry.
I've tried being active with many different organizations in many directions. I'm not short on ideas of places to turn. Um, but yeah, I used to spend time with a lot of the different organizations.
Personally, when I get out into nature, I really enjoy campfires. What about you, Jack?
I do. To be honest, the time spent in the field in the military kind of broke my desire to go camping as much. So I don't know, I get out and go camping occasionally, but it's not something I really get excited about. I like clean sheets. I like having a comfortable bed. So I have plenty of hobbies. Job, well, I offer my services and try to present my value, but so far hasn't been any takers. That's all right. Right answer. Where did that come from? Anyway, um, I'm sorry. I allowed myself to get distracted by the comments.
We
Some
were
new
talking
people.
about campfires and whatnot.
Oh yeah, camping. I'm well, I don't know. For the past, when I realized in 2018, when I realized there may be a possibility for me to try and, well, to become of more significance in this world, I really haven't spent too much time trying to be entertained or to entertain myself. To be honest, I haven't really taken much time. I don't know. It's been varied. I don't know what is true.
Well, Jack, I
I'm
would
most,
definitely say focusing on yourself would definitely be a good idea because then you can really be able to learn who you are. And
hey
don't get me
Nubs,
wrong, I
after
understand you've
everything
been
I've
doing much
said,
self
Nubs,
improvement.
hey Nubs, after everything I've said, why do you think that is a helpful statement for you to make to me?
If you want to interrupt somebody and, just get to know them, then you would have the answer to your question, buddy.
No, the answer to my question,
Why
the
are you so
question
mean to
of
me,
your
buddy?
behavior.
I'm only
Hey
here
Nubs,
because I care about you. And now you're going to throw me in
but
back and you do
Nubs,
all the
hey
same
Nubs,
damn shit that you do every
hey
time.
Nubs, you're the one who
It's sad,
controls
buddy.
the outcome because I'm not going to tolerate this. You can't offer respect and you want to blame and create this false narrative like a little child. You can take your happy ass on, Nubs. I'm not going to interrupt this anymore. Smith, what's going on, man?
Good evening. Hey, I only jumped in. I was doing something else, probably drinking too much, but I heard him mention BLM, so I thought I'd share this with you. Even though no one likes it, I'm gonna do it anyways because it's not hateful. But it's BLM, like the MLB, like it's three strikes you're out in the MLB. And that's, a strike is a K. So it's 311, like when the disease started. But it's all about division. What's Spokane's main street, Jack?
It's division.
Is it division?
Mm-hmm.
It's division. It's all about division. The birthplace of Father's Day. You know where NIOSH, who makes the mask mandates and the N95 masks, you know where their Western States headquarters is? It's not Denver. It's not Los. It's not Portland or Seattle. Where is it, Jack? It's here.
I still don't know.
That's weird.
Is it?
No, it's
I
here
did
in
not know
Spokane. I'm
that.
telling you. It's a weird place for them to have their headquarters in Spokane, the Lilac City, because the lilacs are from the syringa family, and that's where the word syringe comes from. That's all I've been trying to share with you. I don't care if people see it or not. Am I a prophet? I'm not going to say so.
John
But I saw you almost try to dox me and my name the other day. That wasn't cool. That wasn't cool, Jack. You know what I'm talking about. I was going to text you. I'm not coming at you like I'm trying to be mean.
What is your fucking point?
Do I seem
Hey,
like
dude,
I'm being
you
combative?
know what? You can leave too if you
Of what?
can't. What is your point? What is your purpose? You started off with, I know nobody likes this, but I'm going to continue on anyway. What the fuck is your point?
Because nobody wants.
You're right. And then you want to accuse me of nearly doxing you, whatever the hell that means. You are a man who could use some help, and I've offered you my help, and this is how you repay the kindness. Holy cows, man. Wizard, what's wrong with these damn people?
Probably the same thing that was wrong with me, Jack.
Praise God.
Same thing that was wrong with you. They ain't caught the spirit yet.
Praise God. Wizard, thank you. You said that, and that's true. What's wrong with all of us is ourselves, and it's up to us and God. So I have no problems with Nubs nor Smith, but I really don't know what to do with people like that.
Patience.
Okay, but thank you. So here, yes, we've shared patience. Okay. And the patterns continue. And, frankly, I think we got some wisdom up here. We could talk about some pretty inspiring things. And I don't want to disrespect the people who tune in. I'm trying to create a place of offering value and entertainment, but I don't find not nonsense entertaining.
I agree.
Can I come back to that praise? The praise of God, the Father, the One. That is where all credit goes.
Yep. And I missed out what Spokane, Washington was the headquarters of. What was that?
As I understood, the new thing is the newest that he brought forward was something to do with the regulators of NIOSH. NIOSH is that industrial oversight organization of some sort. And then also the mask manufacturers headquartered out of Spokane, I guess.
Yeah, so that doesn't mean anything in regards to the actual trust, which is the issue we're talking about. We're not talking about their constructive trust, as it is a constructive contrast, but the trust. Every word of God is pure. It is a shield unto he who puts his faith in God.
Okay.
Or excuse me, his trust in God. His trust in God. That's the expression of the trust, and it's supposed to be pure. And why is it supposed to be pure? Because it's an ecclesiastical expression of the trust. Fear not, for I have redeemed thee. I have called thee by thy name, thou art mine. The grantor names the trustee, or assigns the trustee and names the beneficiary. So if you have been called by thy name, you are the beneficiary and he is the grantor. Anybody intermeddling in that is a third party.
So the trust is between the creator and
Self.
Amen.
A trust shall not fail for want of trustee, because in Jesus' name I come forth and call myself as Jacob, and subscribe with my hand unto the Lord, and subscribe by the name of Israel, surname of Israel. This is leaving your name out of it totally. The trust shall not fail for want of beneficiary, and the beneficiary for this trust is long past, Jesus Christ. He is the trustee, God is the grantor, and we are the beneficiaries of that redemption.
Sorry, I took a moment to fuck with Nubs in the chat.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. You guys will get over that too, you know. You and I got over it. And it's a matter of cooperation between the both of you.
It is. Well, I did that because he wants to go down and complain. He wants to be up here and complain. And these complaints, well, frankly, I view them as a distraction, and he's publicly defaming me. I don't need to tolerate complete disrespect. And this one, his comment wasn't out of line. I admit that. But he wants to play a little game of whatever. He's an agent of chaos, man. And here, you know what? Let's have some fun. Screw it. If we can have conversations, we can have fun. All right? Smith, what set me off was when you started with your false narrative, manufacturing accusations against me without a purpose. You started to claim that I almost doxed you, as though I was violating your privacy, and that was where your narrative was presenting. So the false accusations, that's what I'm sick and tired of.
If it's not true, anyways, I'm over it. It's all good. So
Beautiful.
What I was trying to share, Wizard didn't get to catch that part, that it's the Western States headquarters of NIOSH, the mask maker and the workplace mandate maker. Kind of weird that it's the 90th largest city in the nation, but it's the headquarters of that.
Wait.
St. Aloysius Gonzaga is the patron saint of blindness and AIDS. You'd have to be blind not to see through this.
When you shut up, you'll understand.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to interrupt. You said, okay, this is just connecting the dots actually to my old life at the post office. What is the NIOSH here in Spokane? Because NIOSH has
National
some
Institute of
influence
Occupational
over,
Safety and Health.
Yes, they have influence
Over
and work with
workplace
OSHA, right?
mandates.
They work
Yep,
with OSHA,
they do.
yeah.
Workplace mandates, and they make masks. And the word translates to buffoonery in the official language.
I didn't do that.
Yeah, he muted himself.
I don't know what happened.
Or somebody else did. You muted, brother. Ain't nobody heard you for another minute.
It says can't unmute your guest because they chose to mute themselves.
Okay, no, he keeps muting me is what it is. You're funny, Paul.
Well,
whose channel is it?
Huh.
I'm not doing anything hateful.
I didn't mute you, fucknut. Stop lying.
Yeah, I don't think it was Paul. Yeah, I tried.
It says right at the top of my screen.
Yeah,
okay,
it says muted yourself.
Hey, Smith, literally, I
at the
tried
top of my screen, it says it. I don't know what kind of phone you have. It says host is.
Well, who care? I don't know what happened. You know what? It was spirit, maybe. Maybe spirit was telling you, hey, maybe it's time for you to be quiet and listen. Could that be? I don't know. I don't know what's true. I don't know what's real beyond God. I know God is real. You know what is real? Love. Love is real. It's undeniable. Oh, that's not true. That is not true. People deny love all the time.
I was just trying to share something with Wizard there, but here he goes. He likes to play with the words. I got some words for him. And it's nothing bad. It's just a lot of truth in plain sight he was talking about.
Do you have anything, do you think, that might help what I'm trying to do? Do you?
What,
Please share.
you,
Hey, Jack. What's up, buddy?
How are you, Steve? Good to see you.
What's up, Wizard? Numbers guy, Paul.
I do. Hold on. You kind of came in here, and Paul, I am trying to hear. Do you, Smith, in your opinion, do you have something to add to what I'm doing here? As you understand what I'm trying to do here?
it was completely relevant. When I first got on, it was completely relevant to what Nubs was talking about. Then Wizard was talking about Jacob, and I was going to go in detail with that. I mean, we can listen to Scott 2B go on a 10-minute rant about nothing. I just thought
I don't like that
jump
part.
on.
I don't
mean,
like
you guys
that
are online
either.
12 hours a day, every day, just about. Maybe not.
Hey,
Jack, you know what I
no,
mean?
no, I'm not.
What?
So stop with your false narratives. If you want to be descriptive, we can be truthful. You want to start exaggerating and, you know, making up your own facts and distorting shit, you can walk away. I mean, because that's not truthful. I don't know what you were doing. Steve, how you doing today, brother? God bless, man.
Looked like you needed some smiling faces up here, man.
You know what? I do. However, I do have, I mean, Wizard's bringing a warm energy, man. He's like a change to him. It's been interesting.
Was Tommy calling him an old coot? You old coot.
I told you were going to watch the changes. I'm a man of change. I've accepted the change. I've accepted the God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know that is only me. What is done is what ought be done. There is nothing new under the sun. So if there is a problem, it's only me bringing it.
I don't know what's going on in the chat.
Yeah, don't worry about the chat, man. There's a bunch of assholes in there.
Well, there's also people that I believe are supportive too. And I've seen the moderators. I don't know what to do. You know, people are so damn people-y. Holy cows.
Yeah, look at Flow State down there. Bro, when Wiz is the warm energy, you're in a cold ass room. Come on, brother. Get real.
Holy cows. Well, the topic I wanted to try and really kind of bring this idea around powerful peace. Those words, I mean, the concept of powerful peace, as I was trying to think about inspirations for this, nature brings that powerful peace, that strong silence, right? And it's not really still, it is an active stillness. Within us is a power, and we are full of power when we are whole, when we feel complete. And we feel complete and whole when we're at peace, when we're not fractured with schedules and obligations and conflicts, when we're not stretched thin in our minds and our spirits, we can become present with the gift that is the moment.
Come on, Eddie.
When we can stay present in the moment and find the peace that's available, well, in the peace, in the calm, it brings, with calm can bring the objectivity. We can kind of look at our situation, look at the facts, look at the problems with a detachment, as though they exist and we exist, but there's nothing connecting the two. So from a place of peace in the present moment, and you can find the calm and the objectivity. Well, once that is found, it's pretty easy to become grateful, right? When our mind's not all confused and, distracted with the crap of the past and all this conflicts of the world, when we let that go and we just find the peace of the moment, feeling the warmth of the sun, the refreshment of something simple as a glass of cold water, right? I mean, being able to go to the bathroom after having to wait for a while. I mean, the body and this experience brings so many opportunities for pleasure. And so if we can focus on the pleasure and the good, well, that's where God is. And with God, with the good, we got gratitude. And gratitude is the key to a happy life. Makes sense? And it all starts with peace.
I like receiving gratitude. Like I like someone showing gratitude to me. Makes me want to do the same for others.
You know what, Steve? That is beautiful because it's so true. We're all that way. And so consider this too, where I took your words just then. I started thinking, all right, I'm the same as that. Love, gratitude. That's, yes, we're made in the image of God. You think God doesn't love receiving gratitude? Of course. What we feel is what I assume God would feel. We're just reflections of the creation, reflections of each other. And we all like to receive gratitude because when we see evidence that people appreciate us, it makes us feel seen. Back to that topic of respect.
But I also like not getting gratitude. You know what I mean? Like I like to do the unsung hero, incognito. And someone's like, man, that's great. Wow.
I love that too. Seeing the gratitude shared without connection to me, just seeing people grateful. That's something actually that I was thinking about recently. Holy shit, today. I was looking at myself and my level of gratitude. Dude, I'm so grateful to be me. I love living, love being Jack. And I remember back in my days of being real judgmental, I remember seeing these poor kids playing, young kids, like 20 years old, 19 years old, just hanging out and real happy by the road. And I was like, how the fuck can you be so happy being poor? I didn't understand that. How can poor people be happy? I'm poor. I have no
loaded,
fucking
bro?
money.
You got all the cash? You got all the cash? What's going on here, man?
No, I just had a job. I had a job, and the false security, the false sense of security and the false sense of value to put myself above someone else. And that was stupid. They were happy. I was fucking miserable on my way to a slave job, judging them. But bring it to today, dude, I ain't got no money. I ain't got no job. I ain't got no notoriety. Well, no, I'm gaining notoriety, aren't I? I'm happy. And it doesn't take the material things. It takes the choice to be happy.
Makes me think about when you're a kid. You don't have to have a job. You just kind of just being living free, doing whatever the hell you want. Yeah, those were the days until you get sucked into slavery.
There is, I don't know all the details of this, but it just makes sense to me as well. The more I've been practicing this, I truly believe life is supposed to be simple. I truly believe we've got energies, and I think that actually, I think the systems of order, the order of creation that we're a part of, I think it's built to support good. So I think, in other words, when we set the course, the intention to do good, be good as good people, I believe the universe works with us and literally aligns. I don't have the abundance to point to, but I do have the comfort, the health, the inner peace that I didn't even know was possible. And we'll see. I've been gambling if I'm real or not for quite a few years. I've been gambling if I'm alive or not.
What's up, Jack? I got
How
a
you doing,
message from
brother?
my boy Paul here quick.
What's up, slaves, and welcome to OTW News on this Thursday morning. It's Paul, the real slave, and I'm here to tell you the real truth of reality. I'm not honor-able, respect-able, or any of the I other told ables. you
wouldn't be able
I'm
to
your
fucking
favorite albino
deepfake
monkey
me.
clown, and I'm here to tell you that you are all fucked. You are a bunch of idiots. Now subscribe to Caged Reality right now before I drive without a license, you fucking slaves. I'm a fan of roast beef. I finally got some when I was 26 years old. Man, I was hungry. See you all soon, slaves.
Hello, brothers and sisters. It's Wednesday, May the 17th. I have a very important message for everyone. I just got back from my third initiation. It involved a goat and jerking off in a casket. It was a great experience, brothers and sisters. I also just got off the phone with my CIA handlers, and they asked to go reiterate the message again. You are all fucked. Anyway,
You are all.
love, brothers and sisters. I got to get back to the UN. See you all soon. Hello, brothers and sisters. It's Wednesday, May the 17th. I have a very important message for everyone. I just got back from my third initiation.
Oh my
I
goodness.
told you can't deepfake me, bro, because I got too much soul and spirit. Even me sitting there talking low, I don't sound like that. There's no inflection in my voice. You can't deepfake me.
Wait, Paul, there's another one?
That's some awesome shit, man. That's so awesome. That's the best.
Gambling for myself all day. Oh, and fuck all you losers. You are not retired like me. I'm on welfare, bitches. Now, excuse me. I have to get back to sucking dick. Much love, slaves. What's up, everyone? It's your favorite game.
Oh, where'd it go? That's too funny. Too funny. Oh, hey. Totally off topic, but something maybe others can understand. Today is a date of significance for me. This is 23. 7 years ago today was my first day in detox. Tomorrow's my sobriety date. I was 7 years ago. I don't count today as my sobriety date.
So how much more of a fucking idiot are you from 7 days ago? I think you're more fucking sane when you're on drugs, bro.
Let's continue.
Congrats, Jack.
Thank you.
In all
Good
seriousness,
job, pal.
congrats, bud. I don't know how you got caught up in that in the first place, but
it's insanity. Dude, I think maybe my drinking was punishment for my willingness to join the military. Fuck, I don't know. No, I started drinking before I joined the army. I can't blame anyone but me.
You're a pussy. I'll headshot you and I'll fucking not drink. Let's play this quick. Fucking guy.
Hello, brothers and sisters, and welcome to OTW News. It's your host, Jack, and as always, go fuck yourself, Moose. I have a very important message to portray to you all, brothers and sisters. Whenever I watch TV and see those poor starving kids all over the world, I can't help but cry. I mean, I'd love to be skinny like that, but not with all those cries and death and stuff. This is not good, brothers and sisters. Today is Thursday, May the 18th, and I'm here today. Fuck all of you slaves. I'm here being demon-possessed by Cage, and peace, love, and light, brothers and sisters. I'm going to my CIA meeting tonight. It's going to be amazing. See you all soon. Hello, brothers and sisters.
Cage.
Desperate.
Brother, that's good, man. Holy cows. I love that.
I'm terrified of what you're going to bring out on me, brother.
Holy cows. No kidding. I love where you brought in the moose there, part two. It's fucking awesome.
It's because I did it live when I did it live at OTW and Moose are on there. So, as a joke, I'm like, as always, fuck you, Moose. The shitty producer.
It's perfect, man. Hey, I got today. To come back and not to brag nor complain, but today it's a hell of a story. I drank till 3 a.m. trying to finish off my liter of R&R, and I was so drunk at 9:30 in the morning. Still drunk at 9:30 in the morning. I think they blew me at like at 3. I don't remember the toxicity, but needless to say, it wasn't a proud moment.
What,
my
you got
mother,
like
my
breathalyzed by the pigs or something. So
what's that?
You got breathalyzed by the fucking pigs, bro. Is that what you're saying?
Well, it was a treatment facility. And so as I was going in, they gave me an exam, and that included a breathalyzer, and I was still drunk. But, it's kind of sad. My mother had to drive her child to fucking detox because he couldn't figure out how to control himself. It's insane. It's insanity, the things that people will do. And I'm evidence of what.
I thought you were fucked up the entire time.
What's that?
Jack, have you ever had an IV stuck in you to get all the alcohol out of you? Like you're instantly drunk to sober?
No, but I was friends with the medics, and we do saline IVs after a night of drinking.
I told you couldn't copy me.
I did a little bit of time in New Orleans, so it was pretty much drinking every day, every single day, all day.
Sorry, Steve.
Drink is not the issue. It's like if you don't have dominion over your own fucking brain, then you're done. But either way,
some people can't control it. You know what I mean? So 7 years you haven't had a drink. Is that what you're saying?
You're drinking fucking Stella right now, you cunt.
Hey, that's all right.
With
I may one day have a beer or have a drink. Maybe a special mead.
It doesn't matter. Like
you don't let it run your life, right?
If something outside of you can control you, then you're already fucked.
Jack, do you want to kill this Nibs creature or bring him back, or what do you want to do with this person?
Paul, I don't know. I've tried being I've tried creating space and opportunity for resolve. I keep seeing the same patterns, and I have actually had some people reach out to me and with kindness and encouragement, and several have pointed out, Jack, why do you get Nubs and Moose the fuck out of there? They're worthless. I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but so what do I do?
I don't know. We have a message from OTW apparently.
Ladies and gentle beans, welcome to Caged Reality. We interrupt our regular programming to bring you this special broadcasting filler. As we take a momentary break, let us entertain you with a delightful journey through imagination. Close your eyes and let your mind wander.
What's up, slaves, and welcome to OTW News on this Thursday morning. It's Paul, the real slave, and I'm here to tell you the real truth of reality. I'm not honor able, respect able, or any of the other able. I'm your favorite albino monkey clown, and I'm here to tell you that you are all fucked. You are a bunch of idiots. Now subscribe to Caged Reality right now before I drive without a license, fucking slave. I'm a fan of roast beef. I finally got some when I was 26 years old.
All right, Cage, you fucked everything up. I'm going to throw you out now. Good job. You fucked it up. You were on a roll there. You just couldn't
Horrible.
leave well
Power of the human mind knows no.
No.
Producing
I'll
horrible.
try to go back to
Horrible
OTW
producing.
after you slipped in the gorilla comment again.
Bounds. In this realm of limit.
Goodbye. You're the weakest link. Goodbye.
I fucking love it. I don't even know what's happening anymore. It's perfect.
All right, they don't listen to these fucking people who don't understand media. Jack, you got to ignore these dumb slaves like that quantum slave down there. The rest of them, these mods don't know shit, or they wouldn't be your mod. They'd have their own channel and their own shit. They're fucking riding your coattails, misleading you, telling you what to do when they don't know what to do. I'm the god of all media. And when I tell you that the Nubs creature is one of the favorite interactions from people, we have to go with that. So I say try to create resolution with the Nubs creature.
Well,
Paul, call him a dumbass and throw him out. It's funny.
I hate to use this as the gauge, but brother, your judgment should be questioned if you really believe that.
No, I said was that the people on my side, like a third of the audience, they love you and Nibs interaction. I didn't say he was bringing necessarily any value. Just like the Moose, they just love you guys' interaction, all three of you. I don't know why.
Come on, Jack, take some gratitude from him.
Funny.
And Jack,
gratitude from him.
And Jack, remember, it was about patience and cooperation with us. Same thing.
I did unblock him.
Welcome back, Nibs creature.
Why, thank you.
I had enough.
That was great,
That makes
Jack.
sense.
That was fucking epic.
That was timing. I'll give you that. Good job. Good job. I'll give you 5 points. See, Jack, you and I, we're like a master team. Let me explain before you cast judgment. Paul, if you could please play a couple of the clips of Jack's comments, just one at a time.
You mean the regular ones? The ones that I've been using? Okay,
Yes.
like which one specifically?
All of them. Just one at a time. Just
because you have a mouth doesn't mean you have to fucking use it. I would love to fucking see you face to face.
Said me.
You're a fucking insecure bitch, man. We'll figure it out, motherfucker.
To me. How is that not a fucking team? I am literally the other side. I am the logic to your insanity. It's like Pinky in the Brain. One's a genius and the other's fucking insane. And literally, we're running around the fucking Jack Talcott movie lot, So, I mean, it's all the fucking same thing. Exactly. To me, it's 5 for 5. Keep on going.
Accept his gratitude, Jack. He's giving you gratitude, buddy. Appreciate it.
I show up every fucking day. I give you my time. I give you my effort. I give you my words. And
You're
I
a
get your
twisted
shit back,
motherfucker.
and I'm okay with it.
He's
Said
giving you
to
love
me.
right now, Jack.
That's 6 for 6. So if we're not a team, then we're not working very well together.
Hey, dumbass.
Or 7 for 7. I could go at this all fucking day.
We need some happy clips of Jack. Smiling, euphoric.
That was before when I left. He got all smiley and Twitter pated. He was like, "Oh, Nubsy's leaving." And then I came back and it's instantaneously sad. Jack, when you walk into a room and everybody becomes more sad, does it make you feel good or does it make you feel bad? And if you express what you do by your words, and your words are that of disgrace and dishonor because you exactly things like that. If I was your enemy, would I really take the time to give you this much time? No. I would have passed you off and just discarded you fucking months ago.
Would you please?
You really want me to discard you after you?
Yes.
What content are you going to bring if I give you 7 for 7? Meaning everything that you said that has been making you funny and marketable is literally as a result of what I have said. Do you really want that to go away, Jack? Consider your consequences of that happening. All of a sudden now you don't have so many great clips. All of a sudden you're just falling off a little bit more and you're not able to face challenges that should be easily conquered. Like patience.
Hey, Nubs.
Let me hear your patience,
Please.
Jack.
Hey, Nubs. Please leave my life. Hello. I don't know who this is. I'll take a chance with that.
Hey, Jack, you really need to figure Nubs out, man. You guys got to get your shit straightened out, man.
No. I'm willing to take the chance. I'll continue the rest of my life without his irritations and supposed contributions. He wants to take credit of the work of other people and being the provocation of irritation for me. He wants to take the fucking glory and the credit as though he's some wonderful addition to my life. Nubs ain't brought anything.
Did you give him acknowledgement of his help? I mean, was he being of value to you?
No, he's not been of value to me at all. Matter of fact, he's been a hindrance and a liability because he doesn't care about what is factual. And so he's been running around spreading false claims and I've been wrongfully accused and misrepresented by the likes of him for a very long time. My patience with the clowns like that who don't offer respect. Yep. That's the inclinations of genocide, the thoughts of giving up on humanity. Yeah, I joke about that, but it is because of clowns and asshats, just like Nubsy.
You feel he wasn't giving you any love?
Yep. I feel he's quite disrespectful, and if you're foolish enough to believe that his efforts were to help me, you're in denial.
I don't know. I must have missed a lot. I don't know if he's helped or not.
Hi, everyone.
So I really can't say anything.
Hello, Svetlana. Welcome.
I just overheard the previous speaker, and he was saying, "How does it make you feel when you enter the room and nobody happy because you're there. I mean, if you figure out who you are and what this place is, and you know pretty much everything about this place, you realize it doesn't matter how you make others feel, as long as you complete. Because if you start worrying about that, and another thing, it's like if I hate you, I would have dropped you a long time ago. No, it's actually the opposite. People who hate, they actually get obsessive and they can't drop it because it's almost as strong as the love feeling. So they basically get attracted to the person who they hate or who they love, and it's sort of sickening, you know. It's also coming from incompletion of the person who was talking. The person who was talking before, he's just simply incomplete. He's not. Uh, he doesn't know who he is or whatever he's doing here. That's just my opinion. Thank you.
Sister, I agree with you. A couple of things. This comment, Lori Chavez, censoring people who do not share the same beliefs as you is not only tyrannical but unhealthy. Sure, that's a fact. But if you're implying that that's what's happening here, how about we look at this? Censoring people who do not respect the truth is honorable. Okay. And
I agree with that.
When I've got people, thank you. Yes, thank you, sister. And what I saw up here was Nubs disrespecting the truth. He's presenting the patterns of behavior of a gaslighter, someone who has practiced. He's gaslighting, presenting facts that are untrue as though they are true, and he's manipulating the facts that are to present a false narrative that fits his belief. And what Svetlana offered is absolutely true. If he actually hated me, he wouldn't walk away. He's showing evidence that he hates me. I mean, it's what it is it's a confused love. He sees something in me, and that's in his, I know how it works. It's spirit and ego. His spirit is attracted to what's being offered. That's why Nubs is brought here. That's why people are attracted to Paul too. The spirit brings us in, and then it's our egos that create the disruptions between us. And what Svetlana was pointing out is when people hate, it's a confusion of love. It's like a forceful attraction, and it's damaging though. Hate is unhealthy, and it comes from unhealthy, unwhole, fractured beings. Is that I mean, that's what I understood you saying, right?
Right, but I also claim that love is also unhealthy state.
Is unhealthy?
Because it's give you same amount of pain. Love is unhealthy.
Okay.
That means you searching for something, but you need something. That's why you seeking something. If you're incomplete, you're also gonna be seeking love. You know. It just and the love, romantic love hurts. Love mother to the child, like as soon as your child comes to this world, you in love so much, but you also afraid so much. It's just it hurts. Love hurts, and that's true. And if it hurts, that simply means it's not pure and it's not healthy. It's something that our spirit. We're basically going through sickness in this world, like hating, loving, going through all these duality things. It's both things are actually wrong, both spectrums. That's what I come up to, you know.
Well, I'm not sure that I'm going to agree with you entirely on the way you presented it about love being. It is an attachment, but that unconditional love, that's the part. That's the one that I've been trying to. When I guess maybe I'm not clear with that, but when I talk about love, that is what I'm referring to, is a love without condition, gratitude without attachment.
Is it even possible in this scenario? You know?
I'm sorry, what?
It's like I don't think it's possible to have a love of this kind of love you're talking about, the ones that, like, unconditional love. I mean, which love you consider unconditional? I would say the most unconditional love would be love mother to the child, right? And this love hurts.
Yeah, but we can access this same space as men and women, right?
If it hurts, if it gives you pain. Say again?
I've seen in my life that we can access the space that a mother or father would have for their child. We can access that space as, I guess you could call it, a cosmic mother or father space, where we all want better for each other and we see others almost as part of ourselves or as our children, and we're able to extend that care beyond what one would think would be possible with the beliefs around the boundaries of, right, if that makes sense, if I'm languaging that out correctly. But I've seen it in my own life, right? I've cared for others as if they were my own child, regardless of what they were doing to me or around me at the time.
Hey, and I mean, that's kind of what I consider.
I haven't heard what you said. As I usually trying to explain when I'm on a live stream, bots somehow get into my stream and I cannot hear people. And I sound very rude in a lot of live streams because of it. And in my opinion, because I'm censored on such a severe level, I think I'm into it, into something, you know. Because otherwise I wouldn't be censored like that. I do believe that love and hate, they just one of the same. It's like you have to drop both of them.
Hey,
damn,
sister,
that was dope.
To some extent, I agree. I didn't catch what you were saying about the censorship, but regarding the unconditional love. Hold on, just a moment, Snap.
Here. I'm saying when I'm on the live streams, it's sort of I can't hear a lot of stuff that you're saying because it goes like
okay,
and it's done by bots.
So you miss some of the
connected to my IP
then.
address.
Jack, I want to ask you an honest question,
That's
dude.
I'm saying I'm censored on this level.
I want to ask you an honest question, Jack, and just be real with me on this one. Don't you think if people had the same thought that you just said, that if they don't follow the truth, if they don't follow the truth, your truth, then maybe they should be censored. So my question is are we normalizing censorship? Because like if we get, I lost channel 6 last night. The World Health Organization, big tech said, "Oh, you're not."
Hey, does that have anything to do with me, Snafu? You interrupted this conversation for your question.
You just normalize censorship if they don't follow your truth. Do you not think that's normal?
I mean, fuck you, brother.
Thank God. Well, I'm just saying, normalize censorship. It's a great way to go, guys.
Snafu.
Normalize it. Just normalize it.
Hey, Snafu, when are you going to accept responsibility for all the accusations? When are you going to become a man and accept responsibility?
You just said it, Jack. You said if they don't want
How about we start now? Have a good night, brother. He's blocked from the studio for the rest of the night, unless I'm overridden. Fuck, oh dear. This
heard the whip cracking.
This unconditional love here, I believe that God is what offers us unconditional love, and it is available for us to receive and offer. The Christ, the story of Jesus, as though it was God here on earth, offering love without conditions, just love and instruction and forgiveness.
Didn't I hear Svetlana say we need to give up love and hate? What you mean, baby, if you're still up here? Because I thought we were supposed to chase love.
I don't think she can hear anything we say.
Yeah, Svetlana, if you heard, what she was saying though is, yeah, get rid of love and
No, I
hate.
cannot hear. I heard a little bit, but not much. I heard the last phrase. She probably cannot hear us. That's what I heard. Basically, I actually offered several channels my phone number in order to have a conversation over the phone with me, but apparently my phone number was used for different purposes instead of like out of this world channel. He was saying, oh, I can't have a conversation with you because I cannot hear you ever. And I give him my phone number. Put me on the phone and let me to converse. This way I can answer the questions, because what usually happens, I say a couple things and after that I get cut off and people putting tons of dirt on me. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And all I'm trying to do, I'm just trying to share what I figured out. And as far as the love that you're describing, it's probably this sense of peace and fullness when you don't need anything of this world. And when you're in complete peace, that love I experienced, but it was only once when I actually reject everything physical here. And not only physical, I rejected this whole world completely, with everything, no exclusions. Then I felt peace. Otherwise, you always seeking something. You feel like you need to do something. Even take a breath, you need some air, right? You need some food. You need some. I mean, it's just an endless, insane cycle, and that's what we're trying to break. That's what it's all about. People with souls, that's what we're trying to, by realizing what this place is and how to get out from here, that's what's happening right now. And some of us already basically figured it out. We're just not allowed to talk much.
Hey, I agree with you. I hope, if you can hear, I hope when you do find the peace, like you were saying, you can find that gratitude. Because to me, for me, as long as I have gratitude, that's where I can feel love and loved by the Creator. So, gratitude is.
Can I get someone to time out 6079? Please? Yeah. Just to show some fucking authority here. Shut his fucking mouth. Oh, and thank you, folks. Normalize censoring.
And also, I figured out a lot of people on live streams is just basically the level of intelligence is not even animal level, you know. Like I watched one of the live streams where they had a stripper and she was shaking her ass, and people who on Out of the World show, it was quite a few of them over there. They were just, their mouth was open, they were salivating, and they were looking at that stripper shaking the ass.
So
I mean,
that's an indication of low intelligence.
if they can't overcome this kind of animal level, I mean, there is no awakening for them. Period. You know, that's
So
what
you
I'm
think
thinking.
that our animal body?
Well,
is
not thinking. Actually, know that.
You think that our animal bodies to be overcome at all times?
Dope.
You're another one who's at war with yourself.
If you want to leave this place, yes, you have to overcome everything.
Oh, okay, so you have more conditions about what happens after here. So another person who knows it all, knows what happens after here, knows we should be at war with ourselves rather than reconcile.
I didn't catch that.
That's not the war with yourself. That's the war with something what's been imploded into you. As a spiritual being, as a spirit, you do not need food. You do not need air.
Right, but we're not a spiritual being. We're having a human experience. We're having a physical experience.
Everything what you're supposed to
okay,
need over here is impossible.
Did you eat today? Did you eat today? Exactly. We won't answer direct questions.
Well,
we're going with
she
Svetlana,
did.
did you feel you needed to get over
Did you
that?
move your bowels today and urinate, or are you a spiritual being who doesn't need to do that?
Yeah, did you get over that necessity, that bodily necessity, and wanted to be spiritual and not eat today and not drink and all of those things? That's just
Where
false line of logic.
maybe I missed something. She did mention she has trouble
I
hearing.
also know the difference between people with full spirit. The people with full spirit have different infrared emanation. So basically, by taking an infrared picture of us, they can figure out who has full soul, who does not.
Okay.
So
Do you get his
and
analogy? It's not
they
even an
tracking us
analogy. Do you
basically.
get what
They know
Svetlana?
soul.
Do you get what Paul is saying, Svetlana? You're saying that we got to get over these bodily impulses, and everybody says get over the sexual shit easily, but you mentioned two others: food and water and drink. You got to get over those as well.
Fascinating.
Well, if you refuse everything, right? How indigenous Indians would performing their rituals if they did not have ayahuasca or other substances? You just go without food and water for 3 days, and you're gonna hallucinate, and you're gonna see what's out there, and you're gonna feel. After 3 days, you don't need food anymore. You don't need water anymore, and then you realize what it is.
I don't know about that.
Have you ever tried to do that?
No,
yes,
but
I've done it, and you have to come back to the real world because you're having a physical experience.
I've watched people die from not eating. Right, hunger strikes are a thing. Gandhi damn near died twice.
Well,
I think I missed something here.
It's called depersonalization. When you have an experience, spiritual experience, and you think that this body doesn't have to have food or water or certain things to sustain it, it's like you're depersonalizing, right?
It's probably
and plus talking about that, it's not my fight, it's your fight with your own desires. It's not my fight. I already know what I'm fighting, and it's yours.
I'm thinking maybe
First
you're
you
just
realize it, and after that
in
you're
that
gonna
spiritual realm, which is
know.
where you
If you have full spirit,
Yeah. In that spiritual realm, when you do the ayahuasca or you go so long without eating and you start to go into that realm, it'll tell you you don't need food, water, and sex and all of that shit. But that's for the spiritual realm. Over here, you certainly need food and water, and you have an argument for other things.
Hey, this idea of overcoming the beastly impulses, though, there is a lot of truth to that. And I guess kind of in line with, if I understood what Svetlana was saying right accurately about detaching ourselves from love and hate, right? So that we can just become the being of peace, being that, well, becoming perfection. Honestly, this is kind of what I was saying the other day, is that what is perfection? Perfection needs nothing more, nothing less. It is complete. And so when we...
Sorry.
Go ahead. No,
I was
go
just gonna say, like, what's appearing to me is these folks are confusing romantic love, like physical attachment and bondage and neediness, with the other side of that, which is hate. When I talk about love, this is why I don't use the term. I use care, because see what happens? They're thinking I'm talking about these relationships of bondage and codependency and attachment, where when it goes the other way, we're on the other side of that coin. Hate. Care pervades all that shit, right? Care makes it possible to see self as self and to go beyond what's been done to us and not to hold grudges, right? And not live in anger and fear and resentments and disconnection. So that's why I think it's a sacred feminine principle of care, and I think we should start using that in place of this idea of love, because this idea of love seems to be misunderstood by many.
Agreed. Love has become very confused because, well, it's the state of the world, man. It's a backwards fucking world where conditions are placed on everything,
Yes. Aaron
including the
has
love.
that right. Aaron has that part right where he says unconditional love. I'll give him that. I agree with that. You gotta have unconditional love.
Well, even parents to their children place expectations on them about obedience, performance, whatever, and
It's a shortcoming though, Jack, right? You'd agree. It's a shortcoming. We cannot place expectations on a motherfucker. And
hey,
not, yeah.
place no faith in man, right? So
Right.
don't put expectations on others or yourself other than being truthful and being moral, I guess.
That's just for yourself. I don't even expect that from others. I know motherfuckers try. I know motherfuckers do well. Motherfuckers that fall. Motherfuckers go 12 years, 20 years without a drink and they fall and start doing dumb shit again. It's a cycle. People are people, you know, and they have to bear that burden, you know, right? They got to talk to God when it shit's over or go ascend to the next plane, whatever you want to phrase that thing. I don't have to, so I'm not going to give them shit about it. If you want to wear purple hair, cut your cock off and all of that, you know, that's your shit, burden to bear, bro. You got to live with that shit.
Hey, Joe, that's where I'm at. At this point, I got enough shit in my life. I don't need to worry about anybody else's problems or their choices. They can choose and do what they want.
Yeah, fuck yeah, all day. As long as they ain't hurting me and somebody else, man, I do not have a fucking issue. In fact, you're that much more interesting to me. I want to talk to you that fucking much more.
Well, there is that exception of just allowing people to be themselves.
Yeah.
Because what you said, as far as I'm concerned, those people in the United States government, they are harming me. Right. They may not be harming me directly, but they're harming people I care about and people I don't know.
They harming you directly. You just don't see it right now.
Well, amen. So
we got to be careful with that term harming, though, Jack. You know, that's a touchy issue when you talk about emotions and you're saying that you're harmed emotionally. That's never been proven in court and it never will be proven in court. The emotional stress and damage is done by a criminal act first. Without that criminal act, you can't claim emotional harm.
I'm saying they're harming Jack through a criminal act.
What is that criminal act?
I don't know, taxation, these dumbass laws, robbing him when he fucking run a red light.
Well,
that's all voluntary.
Here, but that's kind of the context we're talking about, though, Wizard, is that these people are voluntarily doing this shit. And
on both sides.
Right. And I don't want to allow that anymore. I want these people to stop. I don't know. I think we are the solution, honestly. We've got the answers.
We're the problem. We have to be the solution because nobody else is going to solve it for us. If we're the ones paying their paycheck, they're not going to solve that for us.
Wizard, when can I claim harm with these motherfuckers? You know, I got a driver's license. I have a debit card, social security card.
Voluntarily. And you're voluntarily and you're voluntarily claiming that you're a resident of the state in doing so, and that's false. You've
so
never
I can claim no harm. I can claim no harm then, right? That's what you're saying. I can't say they harm me. You say
through a criminal act, yes, and that's physical. A criminal act that results in a physical transgression is harm.
All right.
Okay. Well,
that's even if they touch you on the shoulder. It doesn't have to be a violent harm. It's just a harm in the sense that they physically touched you to move you. They have no authority to do so. That is called assault. Right. Even though it didn't physically harm you, as in give you a bruise or nothing, that's still considered harm.
Yeah, it's still a charge. I know that.
Very
That's
touchy.
crazy, man. I love hearing shit that I never pondered or thought about, man. So if they took my crib, my car, in some ways I agreed to that. You know, I agreed to their rules, or that would be
Correct,
the
because you
result.
didn't correct them.
But I
When you know
didn't
the
agree.
corrections, they can't do it.
I had to figure out those fucking corrections there. Where do you live, Wizard?
In my
State,
soul,
just the state, if you don't mind.
They call it Iowa. I oughta went around.
Okay. Hey Google. Hey Google. All right, Google being a bitch right now.
Hey, the idea. I'm leaning towards wrapping it up, but the topic, powerful peace, or the power that peace brings. And what about, hey, when we unite, we are going to have power, and we've already got the knowledge. We got the knowledge. Knowledge is what empowers us.
It looks like we do.
So when we bring the power, we will create peace.
I like it.
I think it's time for us to do that. And I don't know how to make it happen, but I swear, if God's going to allow me, if those people in the United States government can't figure out how to use diplomacy and negotiation tactics to end the violence against fellow human beings, they need to get the hell out of our way.
You assume that's the goal. I don't assume that's the goal, right? Not if you're at that plan, at that level. Your objective is not to bring peace and violence and cure war, hunger, and shit like that.
Right.
No, your objective is to dominate. I gotta have the biggest military, get as much money as I can out these squares.
Yep. So let's stop allowing it.
Yeah.
Let's end slavery. Let's come together. I mean, we've got there's a lot of ways we could approach it, a lot of things we can do. And people have thoughts on my understanding. Yes, I know the government is a corporation. Yes, I know the UN is another corporation. I know it's all a game. It's all a stage. It's all a joke. It's a fucking practical joke on the masses. Hey guys, guess what? You've been tricked.
I think it's worse when you bring in the UN. I think the UN, here's how I think of the UN. There's a couple things, reasons. The UN are the people who hired the guys to run the COVID camps. All right. And from New York, they brought in the qualifications were something like being in the military or 6 years law enforcement officer or something like that. A guy he had his camera phone in there. He wasn't supposed to record, and he recorded them saying, yes, and then you're going to run the camps, do this and that, and we're going to go to the houses and take their guns. And the guy, he says, I'm not taking nobody's gun. He's like, no, don't worry about you. The FBI, we got FBI to do that stuff. You're going to do so and so and so and so. And the UN to me is part of the evil oligarchy that wants to rule the world and have all these evil plans. The UN is like, the right hand. The UN plays a big role in that to me. That's the way I see the UN.
The UN has been, well, Joe, admittedly, I allowed my mind to look at comments with some of what you were saying.
The UN has surrounded all these foreign countries with naval bases. They have surrounded Russia and brought us to the brink of war. The UN does horrible shit. It was my point, man.
Hey, amen. It started, the premise could have been a good idea. And honestly, I think that's the way this realm is. Good is created, then the darkness, the manipulation comes in and twists it, turns it evil. And then convinces the people to deny the good and support the evil. Anyway, the UN, I think, may have had some good concepts behind it, but where it's at today, it's a criminal enterprise that's just giving more legitimacy to the corrupted governments that have been oppressing all the people. So there's got to be a way to to interrupt this.
Agreed.
There's got to be people. I mean, we don't have massive audiences yet, but between our connections, maybe
12 subs away from 90,000. I just looked before I came on here. 12 subs away from 90. Still not a massive audience, but I'm glad you said that. Yeah, yes. That's why I came on to smoke a blunt and celebrate. I'm about to hit 90K. I totally forgot till you said that.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you for that.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, I hit 2,500 yesterday.
Been on really? Congrats.
They're 5 years. Been on for 5 years.
That is a ton of subs too.
Holy cows,
Holy
man. I love
cows,
that.
man.
That's too funny. Well, so if there's a few watching who haven't come across Joe Cool, maybe we can get the 12 more tonight.
Yes. If somebody ain't subbed me, you guys sub me up, Joe Cool.
Maybe Joe Cool should start streaming my broadcast to his channel. Seems like something that we should do since we have this new StreamYard feature where you could just press a button and have the whole broadcast streamed over to your channel.
I don't do that type of stuff on there. Just videos and lives from time to time. I don't know. I thought about panel and started another shit. I got buddies who did that, and then they ended up, because the panels ended up killing the people who came to their channels because they came for the one thing and they was getting a bunch of panels, and all of them had to split their fucking channels and make 2 channels, one for to do that type of shit. I don't really consider that an option. I've never done that since, in my 3 years. I've never done that with broadcast somebody else on my channel.
And
I didn't know you had your own channel, Joe. Do you cover Chicago at all?
I do. Yes, I do. I do.
You know, Batman's creator says that Chicago is actually Gotham City.
I did not know the creator said that, but they film it here. This is where they film the Batman movies.
It sure seems like Gotham City to me.
I guess you're on to something, right?
And Jack, just real quick here, I don't know if 67 is a record or not, but them likes need to come up, people. You better start mashing that fucking like button at least. Back to you, Jack.
Hey, thanks, man. Very cool. Hey, we're going with the audience, though. I mean, anyone listening tonight, anyone listening at a later date, if you can think of anyone who might want to help us find a way. How can we create these conversations where the conversation should be had? Where can we start raising the integrity and standards for quote unquote leadership? I mean, I'm picturing if I could get some, I have a lot of ideas. If anyone knows a creative or a psychologist or maybe some attorneys who have some creativity and the heart to try some challenging ideas, I'm a man who believes in fucking making a scene. You know what I mean? And if we've got cases of righteousness, which we do, if we can bring forward the evidence into the courtrooms, get the evidence presented, the evidence of corruption and basically insanity, if we can get that documented and in the court of either public opinion or in the official courts, we can address and overcome some of this corruption, man.
I think,
go ahead,
Jack, I think you hit on to a solution. Document it. That's going to be a big way of however we make something change, blah, blah, blah. Our words only mean so much. We have to document every fucking thing we do, I guess, every interaction with these cats or whatever. A lot of documentation. I guess this is documentation or something.
I think the evidence is there. The evidence, most of the evidence we need is actually public and it's pretty easily available. But what we need is a place or a method.
Yeah. Yes. We need like a blueprint or something. And
I
it
think
might
like a
not be as
grassroots in your
readily
own
as
town.
yeah.
Smith, can you give me that breakdown? I want to try out a new clip. Can you give me that breakdown on Michelle Obama?
What about her? Him.
You have one of these raps that goes with something about the bull and the Obama, and it's Michelle, and
yeah, it is.
No, I know, but give me the whole breakdown how you do it, Smith style. I need to try out a new clip when it's done.
I'm not trying to have you patronize me, but what I was trying to share with people is there's a lot of truth in the Bible. The bull, the bisexual bull from Chicago, has the goat horns because the goat is Pan, who's a pedophile. Pan is the god of pedophilia, and the Shrine of Satan statue is a transgender with the medical emblem on its stomach and a child on either side. You're rubbing your head, Joe Cool. You got 90,000 subs. Why don't you get this out to people? They're from Chicago.
I was trying to stick in my
The Red Bull,
headphone in here so
the
I
Red
can-
Bull from Chicago.
Stay the course.
Yeah,
okay, the Red Bull from Chicago will give you wings. And what's Red Bull's logo? It's two bulls, the Bull. We live under a dome. What's the highest part on the underside of your house? Does anybody know? It's the gable. You get it? The gable? That's the highest part on the underside of your house.
I didn't get
I know. You know, if you don't get it, you refuse
He
to
was a
see it,
big
people. It's cool. I'm not
transsexual.
judging people
I
if
don't
they
know.
can't get it. It's all good. So, peace out, guys. I know, so funny.
I'm not. Oh,
He's laughing
I
at
wasn't.
me.
Yeah, no, I was just laughing at the whole thing. How he went from Bull, two bulls, Red Bull, gay bull. Like he just man.
And then the
I don't know what a
transsexual.
gable is, man. That's my problem.
Response 8 bull.
Oh my goodness. Smith, thank you for your contributions, brother.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure that one wasn't left out, you know?
What do we do, man?
First of all,
Blowjobs?
right? I'm just saying, bro. This entire religious thing, all of these holidays, everything they choose was chosen on a fucking pagan, already famous pagan holiday. They were aware of that, which tells me that they got weird fucking intentions. They want to trick everybody and tell them Jesus was born on the most famous pagan holiday to worship evil shit. You know, those people, you don't do that out the clear blue. These niggas do got weird intentions. So the dude at least has an argument.
His intentions are there. Absolutely. But I don't know. The thing is there is a lot of signs, right now there. And you know what? We're at an age right now where just by the basic development of knowledge and history, it makes sense that God would provide us more of a consciousness and connection. What's that?
Wait. Maybe it was built in. That consciousness and connection is us being able to share our consciousness and our thoughts and shit. And it came along. It was built into it. As the shit progressed so much, we would have a built-in way to congregate like this and talk to each other and share ourselves.
That's kind of where I'm thinking. The natural evolution of technology and education, communication, it's brought us to here. And I've spent a lot of time trying to think about, you know, these examples of ascended masters, these spiritual beings. What makes them separate from me? The way they think. That's all it is.
Okay,
it's
go
the
ahead.
way they think.
Okay.
How do we, I mean, every one of us has a different method and pattern of thinking, which just comes from what we've learned. So the only thing that separates me from you or from anyone else is what we've learned. And
we learned. You'd have to change that definition of learned a little bit, because we could have technically learned the same things and one person decides,
Yeah.
I am going to grow from it, and the other one doesn't. But then the person would say, well, they'd have an argument if they said, well, he really didn't learn. If he didn't step away, he probably didn't really learn. So there's an argument to be said on both sides.
In the end, though, the distinction is the knowledge that's carried, right? And this is where I'm at, honestly. I don't know how it's going to happen or where the future is going to bring. God allowed me to learn a lot of things, and I've been trying to figure out, well, what do I do with this? Because I am nothing special. I know that. I mean, I just had a different experience than anybody. And
yes.
When I started spending time studying the spiritual and consciousness and all this stuff, as it was making sense to me, that's when I realized, well, I can share this, right? And here, to take it back, before I went to, no, it was after I went through detox. I had my spiritual awakening at the end of 2017. And I sat there after something transformed within me. And I had these tears of joy and love running down my face. And I was like, what the fuck? What happened? How do I learn what happened? Why was I so miserable? Why do I feel different now? And most importantly, how can I learn how to articulate this? How can I help other people? Well, I set out trying to understand that, and what I started studying was love. And then it eventually brought me around to, through our minds, to God. So anything I can understand, another person can understand. And if we have solutions for peace that we understand and believe are possible, then we just got to get those solutions.
That's just it. We all know it need to be done, and the only thing we really can do that, is like we always repeat is, change in yourself. However, other people have organized, blah, blah. And I still believe there is some universal message and blah, 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 where you can get more people together. And I know that with these more people, one may be a doctor. He knows something I don't. This guy knows something I don't. And you come together and you can get shit accomplished and do bigger things. Even if it's something simple, like if I got to build my house on my own property, if I got a bunch of my neighbors fucking helping me, it gets done quicker, faster. I do the same for them. We work together. And it's beneficial. This guy, but that blueprint, that example, that concrete example that says, we just got to do better, get together and get our message out there. Whatever that concrete example is, it is not known. I've been stumbling for 3 fucking years trying to get messages across. I don't even know the fucking message yet that I'm trying to do, right? I'm trying to communicate. I still suck at it.
I don't believe that. I've seen you've got great communications.
It will not be in cop watching. Whatever the difference is and all of that shit, that is not gonna be it. I may learn something there, something here, but whatever that blueprint is gonna mold and manifest into something. I don't know if it's gonna look. I don't know what it's gonna look like.
Joe, cool. Would it surprise you if it looks exactly like my journey? Because there's only one self and there's no separation between us.
All right. What is surprise if it looked like your journey? It would, in the sense that the self part, yes.
Well, we're already on the same path, right? Heroin, inner city, cop watching, spiritual faith.
And the second part, though, I don't know how good you are at the trying to get help from other people. I'm big on that. I don't know if you are.
Trying to do what?
Get help from other people, get people united for causes and shit. I'm a big goofy about that shit. I don't know. I told you I'm a goofy. I met all the top cops.
Yeah, I get people united to party, and then we go back to being individual people, right? I mean,
here's how dumb I am, Paul. I had this thought that if all the best cop watchers came together in a room, we would come up with this spectacular idea.
No,
and I've done that several times. I've even proposed to them about the third time we did it, or maybe even more. I was like, listen, I always thought that if you get us together, man, oh my God, you cats been doing it for years, blah, blah, blah. We come up with something and, we didn't get close. No motherfuckers was more like, yeah, I don't know if that's even a real thing, Joe. It was disappointing, bro.
Yeah, there's really nothing to be done. This is how we complicate it and make it mystical. There's really nothing to be done other than be a good man or woman, hold to your principles, and influence others to do the same.
I disagree.
Together and do anything. We can't.
Wait. I'm sorry. Give me one more second, Jack. I got a lot of buddies with a lot of fucking subs. I always told them, and when the right story comes along, we're all going to show it on our channels at the same time. When we work together, I bet we have a bigger fucking result.
Yeah, the result in certain areas will be more expounded as far as viewership or whatever else. But again, is this about views and money, or is this about
No. It's about action and making a difference. I know just one of these guys.
Okay, so I'm confused. I had one of the best interactions that's on the damn web on the side of the road with travel, and I don't remember everyone sharing it on their channel.
No, I'm not saying people would do it or they did it for you or anything like that. I'm saying if it does occur, I think it'll make a difference.
Yeah, it would get more viewers, but then I'd be right where I was before, where the more viewers I get, the more certain people watch, the more they strike the channel, and the more problems, right?
I'm not talking about but the idea and the objective is not to get viewers. The objective is to make some type of change. For instance, a cop does something rogue, something bogus, and his people slide it under the rug. We bring it to light on all of our channels, and here's the lady who he did it to, blah, blah, blah. That cop loses his job. I've seen it happen with just one of these guys do a vid. If all of us do it at the same fucking time, it's got to, be powerful. And I've been telling all these niggas, be ready for when that fucking time comes.
Well, that's kind of this is kind of what I've been envisioning myself is a network, building a network, getting that call to action, and then get it spread out and see what we can accomplish.
Yeah.
The call to action I've been suggesting,
watch that guy. It's a movie, Milk. Sean Penn. No, is that his name? Sean Penn? No, that ain't his name. Sean something. But he was the guy, the first gay dude in San Francisco. His name was Milk. He was a council member, and he was killed by another council member. They killed him and the mayor on the same morning. But watch that movie and look how they organized. They had a person that they got organically to fill every person. And by the time they got to the council, the guy who would rally people, he had a job. He could get 1,000 motherfuckers in the streets to rally. The chick who know how to talk to deal with the press, the person who knew how to talk to the politicians, they knew how to organize, bro. They did it, among themselves organically, and then they became popular and all that shit. Watch that shit. Watch how they organize. They're good at it. They just sit and have pizza every fucking night. Get on the phone. Call so-and-so. Take care of this. And they do it right there. All 20 of them get in the room and they do it, bro. Right there. It's beautiful.
Dude, that's what that's what I want. That's what I want to do. Hey, one of the ideas, and I don't know what anyone else's interest might be, but regarding these auditors, the ones who do know the rules and the laws, what about going in and trying to educate some of the employees?
Yeah.
I mean, I went and tried doing stuff like that from a different perspective.
All right, say that again, Jack. I thought I heard up the top. The auditors do what? What? I'm sorry.
Reaching out to the employees, right? The cops or enforcement or whatever, with the purposes of education.
I thought that's all.
Maybe not out on the. What's that?
I thought that's all auditors did.
Well, maybe not necessarily out on the street, but with a formal, actual presentation. No cost to the city. Hey, here's some education for you enforcers.
That's a good idea, and I know a couple. High Desert was the first guy doing it, but he was ashamed to let people know he was talking to the cops. But they was letting them in, and he was giving them little speeches and shit. And Long Island audits, I hear he goes and talks to cops, and they take his recommendations seriously and change shit. Yeah. Oh, here's a good story. But Tosai, he's the one who did the Supreme. Not, I think it might have been Supreme Court. It might have been just the Texas Circuit. I don't know. And I think it was whatever circuit that is, 10th Circuit. He went and he filmed some police, and they, you know, locked him up and all that shit, put him in the car, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, he won in court. He made case law that said you can film the police. This is the guy whose name is on the case law, right? He goes back to Texas, to the same town. True story. The police had arrested the guy, told him he couldn't even film the police station, which is the exact same shit he went through the Supreme Court for. He goes there, and they tell him, you don't see that sign? Yeah, you're under arrest. He was like, he said, but I ain't did, so you can talk about it in court. He said, what if it's been decided in court? He said, I don't know. They'll let you know that shit. And he give him a card with his name, Philip Turner. He's the guy who made the Supreme Court shit, Joe. That's huge. A light? Yeah. That's big shit, bro. Yeah, I got one, Phil. But yeah, they suddenly, it was like, oh, we made a mistake. We called you a female on the police report rather than a male. We're gonna drop that shit immediately. And dude was like, no, what about the other people? I'm more concerned about them now, right? Oh, crazy fucking, you know, oh, that's crazy, Joe.
So when he returned, he got written up
arrested
again.
He got arrested and thrown in jail, all that shit, Joe. He went with a body camera and everything. He filmed the signs that said you can't film. Cops pull up and tell him, listen, you see the signs you can't film here, and lock him up. He's like, hey,
So-
but it's legal.
He went back to prove a point then after already adjudicating.
Yeah.
Which I can see that. You know, you gotta be able to enforce what is. So was it sustained on the second time then, or do they play more?
They dropped the charges, and then he told them, they dropped the charges. They told him the reason they dropped, and they was like, oh, you know what? The police wrote female instead of male, so the report's no good. We got to drop the charges, which was bullshit. Now they found out who he was. People called the station. Do you know who you have there? Are you fucking? He put the video up. It blew up. Yes, and he was like, and they took the signs down. He went back and filmed. They took the signs down. It was beautiful.
Sorry, there was something bouncing around in there from what you said, and I missed it.
There's another guy, Irizarry versus Yahia. He just did it, and I was wrong about Texas. That must be 5th Circuit, because this guy just did it in the 10th Circuit, which is about 5 states, including Colorado. Same thing, right to film to the police, just made case law. Fucking cop watcher out there cursing their police and shit, bro. Just a few months ago, man, you was starting to hear, I'm already starting it. If you do the type of shit I do, you hear people quoting that shit on the streets. I can film you, Irizarry Yahia. And, you know, that's the dude who I stay with when I'm in Colorado. We stay in the same crib. That's my man. He just got out of jail, bro.
I just think there's got to be other ways of dealing with this.
Yes. Right? Who has the fucking money for lawyers, and who wants to take a chance going to jail for 9 months because you know you're standing on your rights, but you got a crooked fucking judge that's too close? Who wants to do that? There's got to be a better way.
I think the way to do it is in boardrooms and in the meeting rooms.
What does somebody else think about that? Someone else on panel. What do you think about board and meeting rooms? Anybody? Meeting rooms for sure. Boardrooms.
I'll just real quick. I think we should be taking to the streets in our local communities.
taking
That's
to the
that's my opinion.
streets.
I think Jack. I think someday maybe you could look into Matt Shea. Used to be a representative of our state. He preaches at On Fire Ministries. Good godly man. I think
I've
he's
met
got an
with
awesome
him.
message. He says, "Don't end with prayer, but rise to
Hey,
action."
I've
And one more
already
thing I want
met
to leave
with
you with here.
him. I've
I
already
didn't know
met
that.
with him.
Okay, I didn't know that. Let me leave you with one more thing here, Jack. Do you know the hottest day on record for Spokane? The day Obama was born. Kind of weird. Kind of weird. Birthplace of Father's Day. You know what I mean? It's all shit I make up. You know what I mean? So, God bless y'all.
Thank you.
That was fucking hilarious. Who knows that little tidbit of fucking knowledge, right?
I just do not know. I think it is interesting. Spokane is where they came up with the idea of, or it's credited with the idea of Father's Day.
Hmm.
Story of its origination is
All of that
supposedly
shit
from
now,
here.
Mother's Day, Father's Day, all of it when I was a kid, I thought it had its genesis in something positive. And now at my age, I don't know if I said I'm pessimistic or what, but now I see certainly Valentine's Day, phony mother, and then they have the story. They'll tell you Valentine's Day, Mother's Day was started by Bob. He was a florist and he couldn't get anything, so he started calling it Mother's Day, and the shit stuck. It was fucking separate you from your fucking money. And they'll tell you, and and it became a big business on Madison Avenue, and now everybody's gonna separate you from your fucking money, and we still be thinking it's so beautiful. I love you, mom. But nigga, I kiss my mom all the time. I don't need your fucking permission.
Take that to the cultural problem, because you're right. All these holidays are manufactured for fucking profits. It's for business.
Yes.
And everybody just plays along with it. Well, it's just the way it is. So
my
Christmas is
mama brought
coming.
me up like that. Yeah.
It's insanity. When I started seeing the patterns of behavior in myself, I really started seeing the rest of the world. Patterns of behavior, my consumption, my consumption and my anxiety. The two were connected. I'm more anxious. I'm drinking more. I'm eating more. I'm
interesting.
Fear. We're like, I don't know. I kind of picture people. Actually, yeah. People they're like little fucking rodents. They come in, they nest, they get all defensive, and I've witnessed behavior, man. They're fucking nuts. And humans are like this invasive species, man. They'll like crawl in, claim this area as their own, and fucking set up defenses. Yes. I brought in this kid. He was trapped in his head with, I don't know, meth and heroin, I think. I brought him in, tried to help him out, and that was just his behavior. He's like this little rat, found a corner and started getting all defensive, wanted to protect his little corner. I'm like, holy fuck, you're nuts.
Yeah.
I brought that up for a reason. Oh, the fear. Like rats, when we're anxious, we overconsume. We'll eat ourselves out of, well, look at what we're doing to our world. We're eating everything, polluting everything, just making a mess. And so when I started reevaluating my own consumption, what am I putting in my body, my mind, and my spirit? I started cleaning up a lot of the immorality that this society wants to throw at us.
I consider this cleaning up my spirit. I consider you visiting Paul and you cats cleaning up my spirit. This is reading the Bible to me.
It is, brother. This is actually true fellowship and church. The sharing of truth and brotherly honesty. That's what, that's, in my opinion, that's what love is. Fellowship, attention.
I like that you said honesty. I went to Florida and I was with one of my buddies, Big Nick, if you watch Cop Watching, black dude. He was the biggest black thing, Cop Watching at the time. And the cats he hung out with, all of them was ballers and shit like that. But they had a rule: no feelings were allowed in the conversation, and they stuck to it. You could say whatever you want, bring up whatever you want. No one was disrespectful to you and called you ad homs and shit. But you couldn't get in your feelings and get all emotional. I was like, no fucking way you said that. Oh, I'm in paradise. Listen, what do you think? I immediately launched into my most controversial shit. And they was like, you know, they's cool with it. I could give you one of the arguments another guy had that's normally at this point it was super controversial, maybe a little less now, reparations. He was like, Joe, the only way that you know the black man is gonna catch up if you stop giving something to the white man and you just give it to the black man to get ahead. I say, dude, you know how controversial that shit is, bro? You gonna create enemies up the wazoo. Oh, but I remember there it was fine to say that shit, bro. And now they're actually considering reparations and shit.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that.
This was about a year and a half ago, or a year ago or so.
That's an issue. I don't know. I admittedly, since I'm not affected, I've never really had conversations with people. But I've never really been for reparations. What I have been for is to rewrite these systems so that every color would have a better fucking chance.
That's dope. You know, I'd settle for that over some reparations. That's all I want in any fucking way.
That's why I pose that everybody create their own website. Do it on the private side through a private domain extension. You can even create your own domain extension, folks. But they have one available like the one I use, .art, which is still a top-level domain. And by that, anything you enter into this electronic system, unless you authorize it through an execution of your own issue, then nothing can be monetized. It's private data. This is private blockchaining. You can't, nobody in that system as a trustee of any kind of electronic records can take your information and make value of it unless you say so and you place that value on it. This is Bitcoin and blockchaining, the coin stuff. What we're moving into now is the electronic record. Been so since 2006. And what they're doing is they're trying to reduce the paperwork. I agree. You can make all of your messaging done on the internet. It's electronic. It don't cost a dime.
Amen. Well, that's kind of what we talked about earlier, is this age of communication we've found ourselves in, where we've got a lot of opportunities and technologies available to us. But hey, brothers, it's coming up on 2 hours. I think I'm ready to give my final words, unless you got anything to add.
I'm gonna head out. I just want to say I hope you get greater patience and peace with Nubs and the rest of them, just like we have. It takes cooperation from both sides, and if you want me to continue being this way, you have to do that with others, Jack. You've already proven you can do it with me. You've already proven you can do it with me.
No, Wizard.
You offer me more. Hey, Wizard, I hear your words, and I'm not making excuses. I'll take that under advisement and consideration.
I will unsubscribe if I have.
Hey, let's be fair though. All right, you have offered me more value than the others have, and so my patience and my willingness for you is considerably higher than those who offer me nothing.
Again, though, remember that the levels of value and stuff, you place your value on it. You still have to be accepting of somebody else's value.
Hey, amen, brother. We'll work it out. Thank you.
Let me get out. I gotta make a call anyway. Wifey just texted me, so good timing. Jack, it's been lovely as always.
Joe, thank you, brother. God bless. And Flo, I see you in the back. God,
you waited until right when I got in the back room, and you were like, "And I'm done, guys." But it's fine. I just wanted to come up here and be a little bit dramatic about it.
No, respect. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Next time I'll try to catch you earlier. It's been a hell of a busy few weeks.
It has been for you.
Yeah, work. I mean, that's good. I don't like
Yeah.
being bored.
Amen.
So,
amen.
Lazy overboard. But
yeah, I am gonna wrap it up. Unless the topic tonight, powerful peace, the power that comes from peace, the peace that comes through power. Any of those variations, I guess.
I mean, it's sort of self-destruct. It says all it needs to say, right? Like the inverse is true. So
that's very good.
So yeah, I mean,
all
I think that's one of those situations where you can see the opposite, and so know that there's statement there. But I won't keep you. Have a good night doing Jack stuff. Thanks for accommodating me for a few minutes.
Hey, thank you, brother. Thank you for joining. God bless. Have a good night. Do you have any final words there, Paul Smith 5089? I'm going to continue on. God, hearing none, seeing none. Moving forward. Brothers and sisters, thank you for joining tonight. For those on the panel, everyone who joined up here and in the chat, part of this experience, the Talcott experience. Thank you. You're actually bringing a lot of joy into my life. And it's been a challenge, admittedly, some of the drama, some of the interpersonal relationships being shown out here. And some of it is fun, I hope you guys had fun with me tonight, had fun with us, but the idea of peace and the power, and really, there is a peace beyond understanding. It's quoted, I believe, a couple of times in the Bible, but that idea stuck with me. Peace beyond understanding. Until understanding is reached, there's like a yearning and a lacking. It's like there's an incompleteness until we reach that stage of understanding in the realm of knowledge. And once we understand, comprehend, once the facts and the truth is within us, then it becomes known. And when you know, well, then there's less activity in the mind because there's a stillness, there's a peace beyond the understanding. And it comes from the place of knowing. And if you can know you and know the stillness of you as you in the moment of now, from now on, and just stay in the now and stay in the present and stay in the peace, you will find more power, because in the peace, it's easy to see the good. It's easy to see the detail and to see the opportunity. And when you can see the detail and the opportunity and see the good from a place of peace, oh, brothers and sisters, that gratitude is powerful. And it's through the power of connection, the power of love, that we will bring the new, and we're going to change this world together. Brothers and sisters, thanks again for tuning in, and please subscribe, watch for the notifications. Join us again next time. Peace for everyone, and live without fear. God bless.